No matter what people want you to believe, don't ever turn back on your dreams. So
hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Alana here. Welcome back to 3 Degrees of Love Divination. So just jumping right in to finish off this 4-part Eclipse reading special series. So if you haven't seen the other 3, I would encourage you to go check those out so you can be right up to speed to where we're at. And then I'm going to continue with the rest of these, the last set of cards here, which are 2 bicycle playing cards, as well as the Seeds of Shakti deck here. So let's just jump right on in. If you like my content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I hope that you will come back to join me. And for those of you that have already been with me, thank you for being here yet again. And I'm so lucky to have you a part of this community that I'm trying to build. So thank you so much. And now I want to read we're gonna do the Seeds of Shakti, and this is this little deck here by Sharon Basanti. 2-part, small 2-part box with eyes closed. The truth is revealed. It comes with certificate of authenticity and a title card, small little guidebook, and the cards are so the backs are like this, and if you notice, right, it's black and white, and then the halves make a panorama, if you will, but a duo panorama, I guess, because it's only 2 cards that way, and so it alternates between black and white on the backs, and it is gold gilded. It's the size of a playing card. Here's a playing card. And you can see that it's, yeah, that's right on par there with a playing card. So, yeah. All right, so let me just shuffle this up. And of course, this is, you know, I think we've finished Easter. We had the spring equinox. I can't remember what the part of the Wheel of the Year, what season of the Wheel for the Witch's Wheel of the Year we're in right now. But then there's also, we just, I believe on the 9th, so right after the eclipse, we entered Eid. So a lot of you know, in various aspects of spirituality, we're hitting different, right? The different celebrations. So oops. Why we're so divided? Oh man. And you know, please by all means, if there's any other, you know, that celebrations for, you know, the sort of the spring season, this time of year that you can think of, or that might just be, soon coming up, by all means, put it in the description box. Let me know. Let's chat out all aspects of spirituality, right? To recognize them and appreciate them, because it is all connected, man. It's all connected. Okay. Let me see clearly today. Oh God, the medicine is good. The collective and all of humanity. Maybe it's the most high. Okay, so we've got 2 cards here. We've got drum. Dance to the beat of sacred rhythms. And we have Vashuddha, speak with integrity, listen with kindness. All right. Yeah. Chai, a sacred pause with kindred spirits. So, okay. One more. Let me see. I need to see something. Greatest lives. Greatest lives. Good of all humanity. Okay. And then we have Hamsa, encircled in blessings of protection. So when I think about the drum, so the idea of, meditation, and like I said, I one of the things, part of my practices now too, is listening to binaural beats, and I listen to music as well. When I say that, I mean like the kinds of type of music I enjoy listening to. R&B, soul, the things that the things that I guess you could say speak to my soul, if you will. Because they're music, and it's the beauty of art and creativity and the imagination. It's no, when I listen back to some music from that I grew up on, and that remind me of my my childhood and stuff like that, it's exactly like it hits different now when you listen to it versus when you listen it back then. Sometimes like you're picking up on things that within the songs that maybe you didn't really attuned to before, right? And it speaks to you in a different way. You know, and that's what I'm finding is happening a lot these days, and it's really bringing me back. Same thing with movies. Really bringing me back to what I would say is the essence of being, right? Back to, you know, my childhood days. I talked about the idea of seeing the bigger picture, and why I again go back to this movie, A Strange World, right? And a lot of Disney movies, because it helps to bring us back to a time of innocence, right? Connecting with our inner child, right? Connecting with the parts of ourselves that, you know, are most vulnerable, that maybe we haven't connected with for a very, very long time, because life got in the way. You know, having to, you know, to work and support a family, and, you know, and be able to pick, you know, the responsibility of life, right? So that opportunity to connect with, you know, the things that really give us joy, right? We've had to deny, and that could be for a variety of reasons, right? The aches and pains of life, you know, and especially those who've sustained childhood trauma, right? You engross into a protective shield that has, with the intent of self-preservation, right? But when, in the manner of which it may end up happening, has then goes unconsciously, goes into an unconscious act, if you will, that may be protective, but is also is also an attack against someone else, if you will, right? So being able to recognize and get in tune back with that inner child, to see the innocence, and when you can tap into the innocence of self, you then can remember now that there are other selves, there are other forms of innocence in this world, right? And we cannot let our pains of our past and our generational past continue to taint us and blind us to that knowing, because it just encourages and inflicts more pain. The cycle just continues, and how long are we going to continue on this cycle of destruction? So, you know, and so that's what that is. And then now we have Vishuddha, which, you know, again, it's the blue card, and it speaks to the throat chakra. And, you know, we have the keywords here: speak with integrity, listen with kindness. Well, that, to me, that's also too what this channel for me represents. The opportunity to you know, to highlight and shed light with the, you know, from the highest vibration, which is love, right? Which is why, you know, I always talk about that. You know, my passion is social work, and I burnt out in the field, but that does not mean that I still don't have, you know, the mental capacity to still, even though, you know, the life and you know, circumstances have hindered me in a way to a place where I'm not able to do things the way I used to. But I can still do them, and I'm still determined to do them, because that's my dedication, because I recognize and value, right? Life, humanity, with the utmost integrity. And so because of that, I only want to put and speak from that point of view. And to me, that's what it means when you're vibrating at the highest frequency. That is what it means, right? You're in that middle ground. And and I mean, I still recognize, by all means, I am still human, right? I am by no means perfect, right? And will still be a work in progress, right? You know, yes, I've had to go an extensive healing journey, and I'm still healing. That's going to be a lifelong process, right? But I'm committed to that, and I know that for myself. But I also know that it is needed for all of humanity. And so that's why I am proud to say I'm an advocate for mental health. Why I, you know, am proud to step into the trueness of being, you know, and this calling of being a seer and a healer, and you know, being able to put my skills and my experience, you know, professionally speaking, you know, to good use again, but in a different way, based on what I've had to endure, and being okay with that. And I'll tell you, honestly, every day is still a struggle to keep that sense of optimism and motivation, because what I see, how I see people, you know, are interacting with one another, what I see going on, I say that I try to stay away from the news as much as possible, and I've had to do that since 2020, because I can no longer stomach it. And even though I do my best to try and block a lot of that out, I still don't want to be completely disconnected either. So I try to limit the amount of intake when it comes to that kind of stuff that I'm taking in, right? Not because I want to avoid it, not because I don't see it as important, not because I don't care. Maybe actually because I care too much. And for me, that's a boundary that I have to put for myself, for self-preservation. That does not mean that by any means that I care any less, or I have any desire to you know, to inflict pain or hurt or neglect, or no, because I know what all of that feels like. And I would never, ever want that for anyone else. That's why we're hurting. That's why the world is in such chaos. We're so disconnected from one another. And now we're in Mercury retrograde. So, you know, with this opportunity, you know, it's time to take that self-reflection, you know, letting go of what no longer serves us, letting go of, you know, that includes pain and well, it's easier said than done, of course. Trust me, I know. As I said, I happily admit I still struggle every day with a lot of things. You know, but there's, you know, it's when we, so again, coming back to, you know, what I was even in line here with the idea of, you know, being able to sift through the clouds to see the clearer, the bigger picture, right? I was talking about the fact that we're in Mercury retrograde. This is the perfect time to be doing mirror work, right? Shadow work. You know, use that sword to cut through all the negative ties and barriers that has been put upon us, that we've put upon ourselves, right? Because we think we're protecting ourselves, but really and truly we're only inflicting further pain unknowingly. So it's time to really take that deep dive and that look. Are you, you know, and as I mentioned in a previous video, are you falling into the category of perpetual victim or perpetrator? Because neither one is does any justice for anyone. So, you know, taking a sacred pause with kindred spirits, that's the Chai card. So to me, this really speaks to, yeah, to the sense of connectivity, connecting with others, doing reflection, you know, seeking the aid of like-minded individuals who want nothing but the best for humanity, who want nothing but the best for not only themselves, but for the greater good, right? People who are of high vibrational energy, as opposed to the low vibrational, who are just the energy vampires of life, right? Supporting ourselves and also relying on the support and the knowledge and the strength of our ancestors to help aid us and protect us and to teach us. Let's learn from what we've had to endure and those before us have had to endure. What could have happened better that maybe wasn't available then for them, but you have the opportunity now to change or implement or to, right? To take that new pathway, to go against the old paradigm and authority of pain. You know, and then when we surround ourselves with you know, our tribe, if you will, our, you know, our ancestors and spirit guides and our ascended masters and teachers, and, you know, and even those that are earthbound, that are here, that are leaders and are guides and are forging forth, living authentically with the utmost integrity and being, you know, a leader and a teacher. When we surround ourselves by that, and those who are going to support us on our journey and help to empower us, right? We have the Hamsa card, encircled in blessings of protection. When we surround ourselves and commit to the goodness of all and willingly want to contribute to that goodness, we allow the flows of karma to come back and provide lovingly for us and keep us protected. Okay, so now let me read the guidebook on this one. And we have drum. Ooh, right away. Drum. Close your eyes and listen to your soul's rhythm. What does your beat sound like? There is nothing more sacred than the rhythmic beat of your heart. Your rhythm cannot be replicated. Delve deeper and listen to how your heart dances with the sacred rhythms of the sun and the moon. Do the rhythms blend to create a story? If you feel out of sync with the natural rhythms of the universe, connect with the cycles of the moon and the sun to find your beat. And right, so I believe it's from the Power 8 Chakra Oracle deck. That's this pink one here. That card there had that first pull was I belong, right? So yeah, so to me that fits right into that message there. You know, if you're feeling out of sync with the natural rhythms of the universe, if you're feeling like you don't belong, right? Letting go of all that disconnects us from ourselves, from our environment, from each other. Okay. A Vishuddha. Okay. Oops. Okay. Vishuddha. Close your eyes. Place your hand at the base of your neck. Let out a deep sigh to release any blockages. Tune in and listen. What does your throat chakra want to communicate? Gratitude, encouragement, or perhaps a hard truth? Your words are sacred. Be careful of the words that escape your lips. Do not meet unkind words with more unkindness, especially the ones you utter about yourself. Also, don't let anyone make your voice meek. Speak your truth with conviction. Amen. Okay, so then we have chai. Okay, chai. A sacred pause with kindred spirits. An invitation for you to take a pause as the act of drinking chai is sacred in India. Share your innermost feelings, dilemmas, and confessions with those in your kindred circle. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and share what is bubbling underneath the surface. Having a dialogue with those in your inner circle can be a deeply healing experience. Remember to also hold space for others to speak their truths. May your connections deepen with each sip. Yes. And so, right, all of this, to me, this all of this speaks to the confrontation of our feelings and, you know, and why I always talk about and always lead with therapy. Yes, you know, maybe there's different forms of therapy, and maybe for some people, talk therapy may not, right? May not always be helpful, but having some sort of, and it's a combination of things, right? I always will say, you know, and finding the right combination of things that will work to aid you on your healing journey. Because what one might need, and one way that works for one person may not be fitting for another, and it all depends on what aspects of self that need healing, right? Like, you're not gonna go to a foot doctor to see about your eye, for example, right? You're not gonna go to the dentist if you if you break your leg, right? So all of this, yeah. Okay, so Hamsa, encircled in blessings of protection. Okay. Hamsa, envision a circle of protection around you. Breathe into your heart space to find solace from all that is rising up around you. Are there shadows lurking in your life that are preventing you from feeling safe and secure at your core? Are there old stories of trauma that have left you feeling powerless and need to be rewritten to draw in healing? With courage, confront the triggers that have diminished your sense of safety and security. Cultivate the protection that you seek. Amen. I couldn't say that better myself. So now, I always like to use playing cards too in when I'm reading, and so right now I have 2 playing card sets that I'm currently working with. One of which is the Aura playing cards, bicycle playing cards, and these are the backs. The faces look like this, and it does come with a little aura a guide to reading energy fields, and so on, which is really cool. And of course, on the back here of this little information card, it has the different auras, if you will. So, you know, and of course their meaning. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. So anyways, so I'm gonna shuffle these up. Very myself, collective, and all of humanity. All right. What do you have for us today? And one thing I'll say is that, yes, when I'm using playing cards for divination as opposed to, you know, actual gameplay, I do keep my jokers in the deck rather than taking them out. And I do have some decks that actually have 3 that may contain 3 jokers, and they're a little bit different. Those are with some specialty decks that I have, like what's one, Alice in Wonderland theme deck. I have 2 different Alice decks and playing cards, and they have, I believe both of them all have 3 different characters from Alice in Wonderland as the jokers. And then of course, right, there's the court cards, but yeah, so anyhow. Okay. So 4 of Hearts, 4 of Cups. Four of Hearts, 4 of Cups. So the 4 cups and well, it depends on what. So for here, with the 4 cups, which is the 4 of Hearts in this case, we're talking about the getting in tune with your heart center, your heart space, right? And that sense of innocence again, remembering that, letting go of all that has sort of taken away from that harmony of self, right? The true essence. 10 of Wands. So all of that 10 of Wands, 10 of Clubs here, all that heavy burden, that darkness, that sense of darkness that is keeping us weighed down, right? Letting that go. Freeing ourselves from that heavy burden, darkness that has been plaguing us for, right, probably for, you know, our entire lives, and probably even past lives and those of our ancestors, right? So we have the 5 of Diamonds, 5 of Pentacles, reconnecting, right? Changing the fate of Okay, an Ace of Diamonds, right? When we let go, right? All that that was blocked from us, all that we've lost can be gained again. The opportunity when we choose adventure, choose to counteract that sense of authority that has kept us in the lack. Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of this deck. And then, let's see what else we got here. From this one now is, I think you may have seen this previously. I can't remember. But this is the chewing gum bicycle cards. I'm still working with this, but this is probably going to go away. Or get put away. Not go away. Get put away soon. But, yeah. All right. And then that will be the end of this collective Eclipse of the Heart reading, if you will. 3 parts it took to get here. So if you've watched all parts and have gotten through all of them, I thank you very, very much for being here and watching. If you haven't already liked, shared, and subscribed, I would encourage you to do that. Let's, learn and teach from each other. This is, and just be loved. Because that's essentially where we all are. So, yeah. And, if you made it, like I said, this far, please, comment 3 heart emojis, any heart emojis, down below. And, and I want to thank you again for being here and supporting me and, this channel. And I hope that the messages that do come forth, aid you in whatever way possible. What doesn't apply, of course, you leave it for whoever else might need to hear it. And, and whatever it is that you're going on in your life that you need to, to really reflect upon. I hope that the messages from the cards that I've pulled, that I've been able to read from the guidebook for you, really serves you well in the best way possible, and will be of aid to you on your journey. I offer it to you with love and nothing but the pure essence of love. So, all right. What do we need to see clearly from this chewing gum deck here? Clear the gunk from our eyes. All right, so we have the 3 of Diamonds, 3 of Pentacles. We have I think this was first, the 4 of Spades, 4 of Swords. We have the 5 of Cups, 5 of Hearts, 5 of Cups on top of the 5 of Diamonds. So yeah, right? All that has been lacking, that you've kept hidden, that you've blocked yourself from, it's time to release all of that pain and emotions, clearing out the cobwebs, if you will, that is keeping you stagnant in this dark sense of authority, if you will, right? And Three of Hearts, Three of Cups. When you can release that, yeah, right? In comes the celebration, collaboration, abundance, opportunities. We have the Six of Clubs, Six of Wands. Didn't I say celebrations? I said celebrations. So, yeah. So, that's it. I'm leaving it there. I want to thank you very, very much. As always, I am love, so are you. Take care of yourself and each other. And while you're at it, please, me too. By like, sharing, and subscribing. And, you know, always live, listen, learn. I love you guys. See you next time. Bye.
Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love one another. Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love one another. Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love one another. No matter what people want.